What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you know, I am scheduled to run the Marine Corps Marathon on October 25th this year. I just received an email from them giving us some updates of what we can expect and some choices. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. My name's Matt. On this channel, we talk about all things running. If you're a runner, if you like to run, if you would like to run, if you used to run but don't, this channel would be right for you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You will probably like this video, so why don't you give it a thumbs up right now, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. With that said, let's go for a run. Alright guys, all cleaned up after that run. I had a great time today, but now it's time to talk about what you came here to talk about, and it's about my email from the Marine Corps Marathon. So I'm gonna put it right up on the screen now, and I'm just gonna read some of it to you, and then we're gonna talk about it. The Marine Corps Marathon events in October are still proceeding as planned, while the Marine Corps Marathon organization is following guidance of government and health officials. This is important. They ask us to read this email in its entirety because it will answer a lot of questions. They ask that you do not assume anything. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but if somebody says don't assume anything, that's like a handwritten invitation, hand-delivered, asking you to please make assumptions. And that's what we do here on this channel, and you and I are going to be doing a lot of that today. And I welcome all assumptions in the comments below. This email is providing you an early choice to defer your 2020 Marine Corps Marathon or the Marine Corps Marathon 50K. Deferment of the Marine Corps Marathon is normally $80 and now it's dropped to $30. Okay, that's a good thing. This is a biggie. This one's a biggie here. Once you defer, your deferral will be valid for the 21, 22, or 23 Marine Corps Marathon event. In the spring of 2021, you'll receive an email to claim your deferred registration for 21. If you don't claim it, your deferral will then be valid for 22 or 23. No additional registration. If you defer now and the event of 2020 remains live, they'll allow you to come back and run the 2020 event. Couple of things right here. So let's just go back and let's look at the races that were supposed to happen in the spring. So we had the Boston Marathon, which was deferred to September 14th. We had the London Marathon, rescheduled till October 4th, and Big Sur has been rescheduled to November 15th. That leaves a lot of races in the fall, right? And we still don't know what's going on with the coronavirus. A lot of us are going back out there, getting back to real life. What do you think? I'm asking you now, what do you think is going to happen in the fall? Because, and I'm just going to read off my list right here. We have Boston on September 14th. London on October 4th, Chicago on October 11th, Paris, Toronto, and NDI. I mentioned NDI because that's the best marathon I've ever run. Those are scheduled for October 18th. Marine Corps Marathon on October 25th, NYC on November 1st, and Big Sur on November 15th. I know I missed out a lot of marathons. There are a lot of marathons out there. Those are a couple of the biggies. To me, after reading this email, the Marine Corps Marathon organization is leaving the door open for cancellations. I think by sending this out, they are expecting it to be cancelled. And we can't forget about Berlin. Berlin has already been cancelled. That's one of the biggest marathons in the world. So I'm asking you, what should I do? Well, I'm asking you what should I do, but I already know what I'm going to do. I am going to defer my 2020 Marine Corps Marathon. I've actually got nothing to lose by doing it, because if it happens in 2020 and I decide to do it, I can always go back. But if I defer, then I can run it in 21, 22, or 23, all for $30. So what do I have to lose? $30, it turns out. But that is money well spent if I get to run this race in the next couple years. I know a lot of you out there are scheduled for races in the autumn, especially London, Chicago, New York City. You know, the big ones that everyone is excited about. Have you thought about, okay, this is the question that I really want the discussion in the comments. Have you thought about what you're going to do if the races are cancelled? Now, I'm a runner. I understand how exciting it is to want to run these big races. I've run several of them and they are very exciting and I recommend you all do. I really hope that the races continue because I want to run Boston in 2021. And if they don't run Boston this year in September, then everyone from 2020 is going to be rolled over into 2021, leaving me probably out in the wind, which means I have to run another Boston qualifier, which I'm really not excited about. I want to know your opinion. I want to know what you think, and I want you to make some assumptions. What will you do if the races are cancelled that you're registered for? More importantly, this is what I really want to know. What do you think? Do you think the races should be cancelled? Now, here in the United States, there are people that want to go back to how things were before, and the whole staying home and going back to work and getting things open has become very political. This is not a political question. I just want to know your opinion based on, let's say, public safety. All right? Do you think it is safe to have tens of thousands of people all together running these races in the next couple months? As I was wrapping up this video, I did come across another article which I'm going to link in the show notes below, and I think everyone watching this will find it interesting. It's a CNBC piece. It's titled "Marathon Racing Brings Big Money into Cities Across America. Some Events May Not Survive the Pandemic." It gives some pretty good stats on the economic impact, obviously, that not marathon racing is going to have on cities, and it tells the numbers, like what they get from the races being held there. It can be said that Bar Yasso knows a thing or two about running, right? He admits, I don't think anyone knows, but his gut feeling is you're not going to have 50,000 people on Staten Island until there's a vaccine. Food for thought. All right, guys, let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you ring that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. And as always, be kind, be happy, run well, and I'll see you next time.